many have gotten solved? I would love to ask the commissioner that.
Smelling on me soon as I walked in. Don't really do all that talking. I see what them shooters drive often.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to my channel. If you are new, my name is Octavia. I'm 22 years old and I'm from Washington, D.C. Today is Real Talk Tuesday and I wanted to do an early upload because it's been weighing on me pretty tough. As you guys know, sometimes on my channel I talk about certain things that happen in my city that have impacted everyone and that continues to impact everyone, such as the K2 epidemic, the crack epidemic, the homicide rates, things such as that. So today I'm going to talk about, in specific, there have been numerous murders in the city, in my city. It's been out of control, but it's skyrocketing, right? Every time I come on here, I come on YouTube, I say I'm from Washington, D.C., and I say it with pride because I love my city, but just like any other city, it has its downfalls, but it seems like a never-ending pit, you know what I'm saying, of downfalls. And I have no problem talking about what I feel like the issue is, and I'm going to do that today. There have been numerous murders in the past few weeks, and in specific, I seen on the news, I seen that a 16-year-old boy who the family had reported missing weeks ago had just been found in a abandoned building, deceased, murdered. And the typical thing that the news anchor says, the typical thing that the police in the city says is that it's going to be a hard case to solve. Now, there's a lot of problems when it comes to crime solving, in my opinion, in the city. He was reported missing weeks ago, and even his friend got on the news and seemed very somber or, sad about the situation, about talking about his friend. But I feel like I'm old school in that way. I feel like as a friend, you gotta at least know what your friend is into, and that can be of some help to the police. But do I feel like the police wholeheartedly will follow through with everything that needs to be done in a murder investigation in this city? I don't believe that. It bothered me. It honestly bothered me that a 16-year-old boy not only was killed and they don't know when. That's one thing. But he was killed and left only to be found by workers sometime later. Not good enough. And the anchor said that it was going to be a hard case to solve because the cameras that are literally over top of the abandoned trap house, okay, are broken. That's an issue. All cameras in the city, with all the violence that is going on, whether it be robberies, home invasions, murders, all cameras need to be working. And that's on y'all. Okay? Number 2, nobody has come forward. If you really care about a person, ladies and gentlemen, you will at least go to, and that's not, what are you snitching on? Like, young kids are very idiotic, and they don't even know, like, the terms that we use, such as snitching and stuff like that. If you know something, and it don't have to be about the killers or who set it up or whatever, if you know that this young man is associating himself with bad people, you should at least say something like that to his family, to anybody. I mean, it baffles me that a friend can get on the news and not have any answers. Well, you didn't say much, young man. You didn't say much. You didn't help. Oh, and you'll forever have to know that. You'll forever have to live with that. And the more important factor of this is the murder that I'm speaking of marked the 115th murder of this year. Just let that sink in for a second. 115. And more it gets younger and younger, whether it's the person with the gun or the victim. You understand what I'm saying? It's so important to not only value yourself as a young person, but to value other young people, because y'all are the future. If all of y'all are gone, it's a whole generation that's getting wiped out. And it's under me. It just rubs me the wrong way. It just puts some weight on my heart, because my brother got killed when he was 15 due to gun violence. And just imagine how my family deals with that. Just imagine the grieving process that still has to go on all these years later. And that was in 94. So just imagine. While looking for the article on this specific murder, I came across another one. It just saddens me, you know? The homicide rate is climbing more and more every day. It's not a day that goes by that something doesn't happen. September 10th, another 16-year-old was murdered in Ward 8. The Metropolitan Police Department is currently investigating a fatal shooting that occurred on September the 10th. Officers heard gunshots and responded to the scene to find a 16-year-old suffering from multiple gunshot wounds. They have no other leads. They have no other information other than hearing gunshots, responding to the scene, finding the victim, rushing him to the hospital, and he did not make it. It really saddens me that it's getting to a point specifically in this city where that whole generation of 16, 17-year-olds are getting wiped out. It's very dangerous. And what I advise to all the young boys out there, to all the young girls out there, is really watch who you associate with. You know, you have to really value your life, you know. Don't just hang anywhere with anybody. It's not safe. And this is a real thing in DC. I've come in contact with shit like this as well, and I'll make story times if y'all want me to about the things that's happened to me. But if you grow up somewhere, I grew up in Southeast. In specific, I grew up in Berry Farms. Now, I grew up knowing that Berry Farms had a lot of people beefing with them. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not that type of person. You know, if I don't know you from a can of paint, I really don't care where you from. When I meet somebody, a factor in me liking them is not where they from. Like, that's just me. Other people from the city is not like that. And it really matters to other people in the city. So if you're from a specific place, it doesn't mean that that place is you. And it doesn't mean that you have to ride for that place. Say you riding for them, and they want you to go with them to jump somebody, and y'all go too far and y'all kill this person, beat them to death, stomp them out to death. You know what I'm saying? All y'all going to jail for what? For riding for your hood? Because all of the people that grew up there told you that y'all not supposed to mess with them? Well, don't mess with them. But it don't have to be no issue. My thing is, all y'all young people out here, especially from this city, first of all, you have to separate yourself from the mentality that you are your hood and your hood is you. It's unnecessary drama, you know? So what? I say that to say, if a lot of people is with that fuck shit, it's okay to be by yourself. And it's okay to focus on school and focus on things that's really gonna build you as a person on the outside world. School is a confined space. That's totally different from being outside in the real world. So what I see wrong with DC in particular is, number one, parents of 16, 17, even 18, even younger. They're not being real parents, man. You supposed to know where your kids is. You supposed to know who their friends is. You supposed to know where they going after school. You supposed to know who their friends is in school and after school. You supposed to know that stuff. These parents don't be knowing nothing. And it's very sad because when something happens, they don't know anything. You know, they don't know their friends. They don't know who they connected with. They don't know the girl they was messing with. They don't know none of that. You don't ask questions. You don't build a bond with your kids greater when they get older. You got to be a real parent. Number 2, these police need to really get down and fucking investigate, like for real. Knock on doors. Do the shit that they do on First 48. You know? Interrogate. Interrogate the friends. See what they into. Come on. I need to see some real progress in most. It's 115. We're going to round it up to 130. And how many have gotten solved? I would love to ask the commissioner that. It's sirens going off right now. How many have been solved of the 115? And last year I reported what? It was 140. How many of those got solved? Y'all need to do y'all job and stop asking the public. Get down and dirty. Get the people who actually knew these victims, who actually had relationships with these victims. You feel what I'm saying? Y'all gotta really do some work. We gotta really bring some peace to this city, and furthermore, get these people off the streets that think that they can get away with all of this fuck shit. Using guns, and that's why they don't give out permits in this city. Because using guns in terms of you shooting someone should only be when your life is in danger and you know that. And when you know 100% and it ain't no somebody was mugging on you so you went and got your gun and you shot him. No. Not good enough. That's why they don't give out permits here. They don't do that. It's a lot to be done. It's a lot that needs to be fixed in this city. But moreover, rest in peace to everyone who has lost their lives due to someone else and due to something very stupid. This year, last year, the year before that, decades ago. Rest in peace to all the lost souls, to all the souls that didn't get to continue in life because of something stupid. And I pray for peace for the families, you know. Something's gotta be done.
Shooters die often. Break down with them like offerings. You can't even trust your right hand, man.